Do you want to use journaling for self-discovery, but sometimes you sit with your notebook and a pen and you don't know what to write? Or maybe you've tried journaling prompts before, you've answered one question, the next week you answer another question, and maybe over time this practice just fades away. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 guided journaling prompts that you can begin using today. And these aren't random questions. They gradually move from noticing your everyday life to deeper reflection and finally toward how you want to move forward. So take your journal and your pen and write along with me. My name is Thomas from Home of Bliss, and let's start with the first prompt. So my first question to you is, what are the 5 small things that support you in your everyday life? Take a moment with that question, because we often think of the bigger things like your health, home, family, which are absolutely meaningful, but I'm referring here to the smaller things, warm water, clean water to drink, warm bed to sleep in at night, the chair that you are sitting in, the Wi-Fi you have. You're watching this video, so you've got Wi-Fi, maybe a message that someone answered. So take a moment and think about those things, and then we'll go on to the second question. Okay, and on to our second question, or my second question to you. In what ways has your body supported you today? Again, take a moment, and this can be perhaps your hands prepared a meal for yourself. Your legs carried your body throughout the day. Your breath has supported you again throughout the day, and even now without you even thinking about it. It can be perhaps your body told you that you need rest or to slow down. And so we can spend a great deal of time noticing what we don't like about our bodies. But now I'm asking you how your body is actually supporting you throughout the day. So take your time and answer this question. Okay, so on to question 3. Now we're going a little bit deeper. So the question is, what has a recent challenge helped you understand something about yourself? And this is where gratitude can become more than simply listing positive things. And I want to be clear about this. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending that difficult or challenging experiences are good. It doesn't mean to ignore pain, disappointment, frustration, or loss. It's sometimes when we give ourselves enough space, we can become curious about what an experience has shown us. So perhaps you've discovered a boundary that you need to create, something that you need to change, a pattern that keeps on repeating. So take a moment with this one. Like I said, we're going deeper, but again, what has a recent challenge helped you understand something about yourself? And we're going on to the fourth question. And this is, what is one quality that you genuinely appreciate in yourself? And how has that quality supported you in your life? And interestingly, for some people, this can be one of the more difficult questions, we find it so much easier to appreciate other people than to recognize something within ourselves. So perhaps you appreciate your patience, your curiosity, your courage, your sense of humor, right? And or your willingness to begin again, your kindness, your ability to listen. Choose one quality and then go a little bit deeper. And how has it influenced your relationships? Has this supported you in dealing with difficult or challenging experiences? Write down whatever comes to your mind. Don't think about it too much and just write about it. And now for our final question. What are you ready to release gently, without force, but to gently release it? And what might become possible if you stop carrying it? Because when we release something, we make space for something new to enter. So notice the word gently, because this is not about forcing it. It's simply an invitation to become aware, to observe, and perhaps it's an expectation, a habit, an old story about yourself that you're still carrying, a resentment, a responsibility that no longer belongs to you, or a way of living that you've just outgrown. And then consider, if I carried this a little less heavily, what space might become available in my life? Again, take your time with that. So what are you ready to let go, and what is possible for entering into your life? So you might have noticed the structure in these questions. This is something that became very important to me when I created my 21-day gratitude journaling journey, because you can search online and you can find hundreds of prompts. And individual prompts can be useful, but I wanted to create a path, or created a structure for you to follow, a container for you to start your journey. And this guided journey, where each stage gradually builds upon the one that came before, that created the structure. So I created the 21-day gratitude journaling journey that moves through 3 phases. Phase 1 is like with the first question we had. The first 7 days are about noticing. We begin with ordinary things we often overlooked: the senses, the body, people around you, daily routines, natural world. And the purpose is not to force yourself to feel grateful. It's just simply an invitation to become aware. Phase 2 is deepening the connection, where we are moving a little bit deeper, and we explore gratitude alongside challenges, emotions, acts of kindness, past experiences, relationships, and expressing appreciation towards others. Because I don't believe gratitude should become a way of pretending everything is fine, everything is positive. We can acknowledge and recognize the difficult experiences while becoming curious about them. What are we learning from these experiences? And then during the final 7 days, we explore integration, where we have community. We look at community and support, inspiration, what we've learned through our relationships, joyful memories, appreciation for ourselves, letting go, and then finally completing the journey and considering how we carry the practice forward. How are we going to integrate the practice into our lives, move forward? Because the purpose of these 21 days is not to stop, but to carry on. But this just gives you the guidance to get started. And your integration will be your choice on how you're going forward with these 21 days. And something else that I've included in this journey is the simple practice of metta, the practice of loving kindness. And each day includes a short loving kindness reflection connecting to the day's theme. And sometimes this reflection is directed to yourself. Sometimes it's to other people around you, your community, the natural world. And as we move, we gradually go showing loving kindness to all beings. And for me, this is a very important part of the journey. So, if you wanted to start journaling but don't know where to start or what to write, if you've tried gratitude journaling before but struggle to remain consistent, if you are already journaling but would like more structure and direction, or if you simply want to spend 21 days intentionally noticing more of what is meaningful, supportive, and often overlooked in everyday life, then this is exactly for you. You don't need to write pages every day. You don't need previous journaling exercises or experiences. And you don't need to complete the journey perfectly. Take one day at a time, read the prompt and spend a little bit of time writing, and allow the journey to unfold in your own time. So the 21-day gratitude journaling journey is available on my website, homeofblisswellness.com. I will put the link in the description. And yes, so if you would like to go beyond just these 5 journaling prompts and wanting a little bit more of a structure and intention, click on this link and I will see you there. Start with day 1, take one prompt at a time and let it unfold in your own time. If one of those 5 questions gave you something meaningful to reflect upon, I would love to hear which one in the comments below. And if you know of someone who often says they'd like to journal but never knows really what to write, feel free to share this video with them. Thank you for spending this time with me. Be kind to yourself and everybody around you, and many blessings on your journey and your path. Namaste.